Flipping awesome community, Dan Kalis here. I haven't been this excited about real estate in a long time. Why, you ask? I'm about to reveal something to you that's making me personally lose sleep with excitement every night, and that's not hype. I stumbled into a totally new real estate strategy that I'm personally starting to do with my wife, and today I'm going to give you the opportunity to learn about it for yourself. Here we are, by the way. Nice picture. First, let me tell you a quick story. About a year ago, I was going through a training course on creative real estate investing by our friend Jay Massey of Cashflow Diary, the multimillionaire investor and trainer. You may have heard of him. In that course, he subtly mentioned that one of his students was experimenting with converting a really expensive house in Orange County, California, you know, by Disneyland, into a short-term vacation rental, an Airbnb property, if you will. I had been traveling, my wife and I have been using VRBO, HomeAway, Airbnb, probably more than 10 times. We're a consummate user. We love it. We can't get enough. We've done it in Florida. We've done it in California. And we know the process in and out. And we know what we like and we know what we don't like. And we've seen all across the board. Anyway, Jay was explaining his normal formula for choosing a solid cash flow property, a rental property, which he has tons of. That's where he's built his wealth. It's the 1 to 1.5% rule, meaning that if the property is worth $100,000, the rent must be at least 1% to 1.5% of that amount. In this example, $1,000 to $1,500 per month. Anyone who knows even a little bit about rental properties knows that this is really only possible in limited markets across the country that are stable, non-cyclical, and frankly, boring. And to get the highest returns possible, say 10% cash on cash return, you'd have to invest in the not so nice C-class areas to boot. But that's where you normally have to acquire properties to build a solid rental portfolio with passive income for life. People do it all the time. Multimillionaires are made this way. It's nothing new. But the game has changed, and I'll get to that in a few moments. However, in comparison, take $1 million entry-level property in California, entry-level, right? It's not going to rent for $10,000 per month in almost every case, which would be 1% of the value. Not even close. Maybe more like $5,000 per month. The numbers just don't work out the higher you go. The same thing would apply in any hotter market, South Florida, Las Vegas, New England, Portland, Seattle, etc., and in basically any market that has luxury homes. So how can you make money in those markets other than maybe flipping houses? In the example of the $1 million home renting for $5,000 per month, that's $167 per day. Did you know that houses like that are commanding daily rates of $400 to $1,000 and more on Airbnb, VRBO, HomeAway? Look it up for yourself. Just start comparing different things and you're going to see there's this arbitrage, if you will, a difference in market. The same reason why a soda costs $6 or $7 in the movie theater and you can get a can of it at the grocery store for 50 cents. So that's 3 to 5 times more than a long-term rental would generate on the high end. The market for this strategy is wide open and hardly anyone even knows about it yet. More than C-class returns, so C-class being kind of borderline war zone properties in some cases, with A-class properties, upscale properties. And you don't even have to buy the properties with this. Okay, so let me just finish. You can actually lease the properties from the owner and sublease to these short-term rental tenants, also known as travelers, and earn a substantial spread with very little risk. The best part is that you don't even have to qualify personally for each property with your own credit and income. You can set yourself up as a corporation. It's pretty amazing. So back to the story about Jay. So he casually and quickly mentions this strategy, but kind of shrugs it off as something that you could do, but it's not something for him. Since then, I've actually been thinking quite a lot about the strategy, and after he mentioned that, I never did anything with it, but I just thought it was brilliant, and I always wanted to figure out how to do it. Fast forward about a year to now. Recently, I'm listening to a podcast interview with Jay talking about how he's secretly been testing this strategy and acquired and launched, get this, 19 short-term rentals in the past 7 months. And some of these are just small apartments, like one-bedroom apartments for business travelers. And he does have some that are bigger as well. These 19 are generating him and his wife more than $75,000 in gross profit per month. He puts it together in 7 months. That's almost a $4,000 spread per property. What? Are you kidding me? Most rental investors would be ecstatic if they got a $500 spread on their house, on each house, but generally they usually settle for $100 or a couple $100. Well, as it turns out, not only has Jay and his wife been putting this amazing short-term portfolio together, but it's become 100% of his focus now, even though he has hundreds of regular rentals still in his portfolio. He's also been secretly teaching a handful of his top students this strategy, and he said, I had a phone call with him personally last week. He said, this strategy has by far the highest success rate of any other type of investing that he's taught his students and helped them with. More than rentals, more than flipping, more than creative financing, anything. He said by far. And the speed at which people are getting through these, getting their first deal is unbelievable. And actually, his wife is the one who runs the day-to-day operations of the business while he focuses on acquiring more properties and teaching his students. Don't tell Jay I told you this. I'll deny it if you say it. But I asked him how much time it takes his wife to manage all 19 properties, and he said, are you ready for this? 2 hours per day, $75,000 per month. Now they have some other expenses on top of that. That's not the net, but it's not too far off either. And very soon they're going to actually outsource that role completely, and their business will be on total autopilot. They've systematized the whole thing. And as I mentioned earlier, this is something that I'm in the process of studying and launching myself along with my beautiful wife, as you see in this picture still. And it's the first business project she's really gotten excited about and wanted to participate with me in almost 10 years. So this is amazing. Our plan personally is to start here in Colorado, where we currently live, Colorado Springs, Denver, Boulder, hot markets, and then launch short-term rentals in all the areas we want to spend time personally throughout each year. South Florida, San Diego, Napa Valley, Chicago, where we're from, and who knows, maybe France, Spain. The possibilities are endless. Anyway, I practically begged Jay to let us offer some training to you as a member of our Flipping Awesome community. So if you look here on the screen, this is a little video that he's put together, and he's done a little mini training that he's making available to you. So finally he said yes, and now all you have to do to learn more for yourself, if this is something that's of interest to you, I can't imagine it wouldn't be if you're into real estate and these spreads and just kind of the timing of the market is amazing. All you got to do is click on the blue button below this video and register for Jay's next available online free training session. Trust me when I say this is the next big thing in real estate investing, and you do not want to miss out. I'm going to be doing it. I'm already in the process of doing it. I'm going through his full course, his mastermind. I'm in his Facebook group. Guys and girls, this is amazing. I mean, the support, everything that he teaches, and the community, and just the inspiration of seeing, and he's in this training, he's going to show you some examples, some case studies of some students that are just having amazing success, real people that haven't been able to make other things work, and they're making this work, and this is just so exciting. So if this is exciting to you as it is for me, as you can tell, you definitely want to check this out. Get registered now for the next training class, and hopefully I will see you in his short-term rental mastermind group.